그 신고가 떨어졌어요. 신고가 떨어졌어요.
I don't speak Korean.
한국말 아예 못해요?
No.
어디 나라 사람이에요? 여러 프로.
Sorry? What?
Where are you from?
I'm from Singapore.
아, 싱가포르. 옷을 너무 과하게 입어가지고.
이거 통역한 사람 그 있잖아요.
It's a cosplay. Like I'm going to a cosplay party. Yeah, sorry.
이렇게.
Yeah. Like I'm going to cosplay party over there. Yeah, over there. Cosplay like nani? Yeah, sorry.
여기 과도 노출로.
Yeah, it's my first day here. I never been to Korea before. I never been to Korea. This is my first time. I never been to Korea ever. Like I don't know your law.
아, 한국말 해야지. 여기서 영어로 하면은 내가 못 알아먹지.
Yeah. It's cosplay like party, you know.
거기는 파티장에서 하는 거고.
Yeah, party.
아, 여기는 파티가 아니야.
Yeah. Because I walk from there to
여기는 또
there.
이렇게 노는 데니 옷을
No.
그리게.
Yeah.
저 중국인인데요.
I don't want to be here.
저 중국인인데요. 통역하는 번호 있어요? 외국인이가지고. 네.
아니, 뭐, 아이폰에서 그거 못해? 구글 뭐, 이거.
네네. 백경부장님. 통화 연결 그러면.
네.
영어밖에 못. 싱가포르 사람인데. 네, 외국인이에요. 네, 잠시만요.
옷 좀 잠그고 잔장하게 입으라고 저기 말해.
Hello?
Hello.
What do you think of the woman outfit in the video?
I don't think there should be a problem with her outfit at all. It's just a regular outfit. There's nothing repulsive about it. There's nothing over the top about it. It's a familiar outfit. It's nothing special. And she's going to a costume party, as she explained. And going to a costume party is fine. So I don't know what all the fuss is about. There's nothing wrong with her outfit. That's my opinion.
It is said that the police were dispatched after receiving a report due to exposure. Is that outfit probably a crime to watch out for in Korea?
Korea is a very strange country and very weak-minded country. I think personally, the majority of the Korean people here have a lot of envy and jealousy towards people. This is a very materialistic society, especially how the culture is set up. A little bit of history lesson in answering this. Korea became one of the wealthiest and fastest growing country in the world within 50 years. So what does that mean? The economic standard has increased severely, like running a fucking 100-meter race like Usain Bolt. That's how fast the Korean society and the business in the economic side grew. And what the problem that led was it left the culture behind. It left the ideology of accepting what should be accepted and what shouldn't be accepted behind. So the culture itself couldn't keep up with the economic growth. And that led the Korean people to have kids, and that led to the kids getting their education from the parents and the school system, which led to a very narrow-minded, think inside the box kind of mentality. And fortunately nowadays, it's starting to change a lot. But still, that idea and that view of the world or society or the trend still exists. Like you asked, the police were dispatched due to a severe exposure of the clothes with this lady here. People are very confused. Yeah, they're very confused. They don't know what to think for themselves. And even the police officer, they look confused. You know? And as you can see from the video, there's one woman police officer and one man police officer, yeah? The man, how old is he? He look like about 50 to 60 years old, right? He has that old mentality. And that's the point I'm trying to make here. He couldn't keep up with the trend, you know? Do you think that police officer goes at night at like 11 or 12 and go out partying and shit like that? No. So he doesn't know the difference between severe exposure to minor exposure. The culture now is so different, isn't it? Yeah, 30 to 40 years ago, that could have been seen as a severe exposure. But nowadays, that clothes the woman was wearing by any means does not go under the category of severe exposure. And as an example as well, there is usually an outdoor swimming pool around the Han River that's open to the public, where they wear bikini clothes.
Yes.
And a lot of girls during the summer wear like thongs and go out to have a tan, right? And most of the area around the Han River is made out of parks. So there's little kids running about constantly, nearly all the time if you go out there, right? And even those areas are not separated from severe exposure to the kids' territory or playground area. And they leave that as norm. So I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this woman just walking on the street with a coat on, just streaming and going to a costume party. No one reports the people, the Korean people in the swimming pool, right? And they take their kids there as well. So it's a bit ironic that this happened. And even if you go into the streets of Itaewon, women's clothes on Fridays and Saturdays are not much different from the woman in the video, or sometimes worse, like we just talked about. So the fuck is up with this? No one calls the police like that. And of course, you know, TPO, time, place, and occasion, has to take place when you're wearing something, presenting yourself to some place or whatever. I'm not saying that this should be ignored, but like the examples I laid out, if you're so concerned about the TPOs, then why not regulate other places that's more exposed to little kids or could be seen as an old traditional area? If you're so concerned about that fucking exposure, some shit like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Then, what did she do wrong? Is it a problem because she is a OnlyFans or a sex streamer? Right?
That has something to do with it, because the world is not so much rainbow as people would like to portray it as. It's very black and white and little bit of gray. So the fact that she's a streamer on OnlyFans and she kind of uses her beauty and sexuality to make content and make money is not seen well, or is not seen optimistic job to a lot of cultures. And especially she's from Singapore, right? They have a very strict rule on that, I think. And Korea as well. So they kind of made it a big problem because they don't like that typical or particular job. If she was like a gaming streamer or just a personal vlog streamer on YouTube, then I wouldn't think the problem would have, you know, escalated this much. So the fact that she is a OnlyFans streamer and whatever other streaming platform she uses solely to get money and exploiting her body, I could see why people or her country, the Singapore Korean government and the Korean, saw it as a problem. But the thing is, it's an asset that she has and she uses. And I'm just making a point. I'm not trying to defend her or nothing like that, but I'm just saying that the problem would have been de-escalated if she was not on those platforms.
Okay. What is the problem with that cops?
Yeah, the main problem is that the police officers did not even try or make an effort to have a decent communication. There are civil servants who passed a highly competitive and difficult test in Korea to become a police officers, right? And the average police in Korea are not very strict in physical fitness test. But the paper test, they are very strict. So they would have learned a simple English dialect. Yes. Even little fucking kids, kindergarten kids in Korea know how to speak English. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is that they did not make any effort because they probably saw her outfit and automatically thought that she probably was exposing her fucking skin too much, and that kind of gave them a stereotypical view. I think that was a problem, judging by the book by its cover. I'm not saying judging the book by its cover is always wrong. It has a lot of effect on how we see the world. But if you're a civil servant and if you're a police officer, you should always learn to listen to both sides of the story and make an effort to make peace and not fucking make more problems. So I think that was the problem with the police. If the woman was a Western woman, I'm sure it would have been a very different story.
I agree. It is said that the video began with a citizen's tip-off. Who do you think reported it?
100% woman. 100% woman. 110 fucking percent.
But not yet, don't know. Who's don't know?
100%.
Why?
You don't, okay.
Why?
Dude, I'm gonna level down. I'm gonna level it down. Guys, you're a guy, I'm a guy. We know guys. We know how guys think and operate.
Yeah, man.
No one will fucking report that. They'll praise her.
No. No Korean. Korean man is looking, report. So don't looking, hiding. You know, subway always hiding man is in Korea culture.
But they're not gonna report it. They'll probably see her. Like you said, they'll hide because they're shy and shit.
Yes.
Maybe, secretly take videos to use as a masturbating material when they get home, but they will not report that to the fucking police on, what was the charge? Oh, offensive exposure was the fucking charge, right? That they reported. Who would do that? A fucking flat-chested woman, yeah? An ugly-ass woman with a feminist probably saw her maybe in her late 30s to going 40s and 50s, who has a little traumatic event maybe from growing up or whatever, seeing her friends getting married and shit, and she's the only one left out, and she feels that envious and jealousy, right? And she wants to go out at night and have fun in the nightclubs, but she's always the one left out, and her friends are always the one at the bar with having a fucking drink with the guys and getting free drinks and shit. She probably have that built up inside. Yeah. And she got married to an unfucking loving husband who always cheats on her or maybe whatever, yeah? And then fucking, she probably saw her with a little fucking unhappy kid. She's fucking, the kid's probably unhappy because she probably don't really take care of it, and she enforces like her fucking dreams and dedications that she always wanted to have in life that she never got. She probably forces down the kid, and the kid, and maybe she just saw the fucking sexy, young, hot-looking woman walking on the street, and she probably thought, fuck, oh, I'm fucking offended, I'm gonna report this shit. That's what probably happened, didn't it?
Okay.
And I know Korean women especially, and Korean men especially, how they act and think. So in an average point of view, that's what I'm saying. I'm not being sexist or anything. I'm just saying that's how the people operate here. Because it's not the first time I saw a woman getting reported for that kind of exposure. Because I have my friends from abroad fucking like running in, they have fucking big ass tits. It's good. they take care of themselves and they expose it even more. And I saw that happen, but not to this kind of extent. And for the people who really usually report this, it's the kind of people that I just mentioned.
But, you know, very small group.
Yeah.
Not average.
Yeah, of course.
Not average. So, what are their problems? Deeper.
The people I'm talking about, or the person I just mentioned as an example, they are a small group of people, like you said, who have an extremist mindset or point of view. And I'm saying that came out from how they probably were raised, or from the injustice or not being treated equally. But the world is not fair. People, they're not fair. Some might treat this person this way and some might treat this person that way. Human relationship, they go both ways, right? And some people can't take it. So small ratio of people have that extreme missed mindset or approach on how they view things. I would like to back myself up on this because 110% or 100%, the person who reported this woman, that person will not ever expose themselves saying, I was the one. They are the type of people or a type of person, when shit hits, they're the first one to run and hide and always lurk in the shadows, you know, ratting on other people and making an issue and never standing up, exposing themselves to the public and backing their idea with their voice. These are the type of people who always hide in the dark, you know, make weird calls and weird reports like, oh, I saw a cockroach, can you come and take care of it? You know, I think someone put this fucking cockroach in my house on purpose to fuck with me. No one gives a shit about you, man. What the fuck? And those are the small amount of people with the extreme mindset who do these things. Yeah. And that's my point of view. And like there's a saying, freedom and right are not earned by silence. They're never earned by bystanders, right? These small group of people who think they can just use their own personal thoughts or ideas to benefit their living and back up their political views to create confusion in society, like the case we're talking about now, they really need some help. You know, it's not just because these things create news, and the news and the media need this for exposure, and that's how they get money out of it. So the media actually buys these so-called little events and news that could actually create confusion in society. It's not a big deal. If you think about it, it's not a fucking big deal. Like, are you that fucking sensitive, you know?
Why? Why?
Yeah, it's because like it's all about money. It's all about the inequality it's all about the inequality that they grew up with, and they had it in themselves for such a long time, and them thinking this is the right time to fucking express myself because I saw this person do something that I always wanted to do, whatever. It all comes down to jealousy and envy and sense of emptiness and void that needed to be filled, or sometimes a sense of anger that needed to be unburdened and they never had the chance. This causes havoc, you know. I'd like to talk more about this, but yeah, I don't want to go too fucking hardcore, so I'll end my statement here.
100% agree. Okay, see you next time.
Right.